morning everyone. Yes, we're back in Scotland. More to the point, we're back at Glen Pean. Some areas I wanted to do. As you can see, it's absolutely thrown it down. 9-hour drive. It's now 7:30. The weather forecast says this will blow over by 8 o'clock. I could have sat in the car. Rebel, Stella, who's? There's deer about. I've seen a load of deer today. So I've got to keep them closer. Stella's got no pack, as you can see, so she should be fine. So what we're going to do, the plan was push towards Glen Pean Bothy, have lunch at Glen Pean Bothy, and then push on a little further. But what we'll do is we'll push on to Glen Pean Bothy and have a rest there, dry off. We're going to be saturated by the time we get there. And see if the sun does come out, and then decide from there. It'll be an easy day though. I don't want to do too much on the first day after all that driving. Rebel, Stella. Not too far. I'm carrying 52 pounds, which is something like 23.4 kg. I'm sorry, I don't know if you're getting any wind noise or any rain noise. When I mean rain noise, I mean hitting the camera lens. Let's see how flooded this is. They've had a lot of rain. Driving over tonight, last night, sorry. Rebel, Stella, booze! Going too far. Sorry if I'm shouting on it for you. Don't want them getting near that river. Booze. Well, it's not too bad. It's rained for the last 5 hours. Really, really heavy. So I'd expect that to be a lot worse. It's not bad at all. Temperature wise, say it's about 8 or 9. Feel probably about that, to be honest. Don't feel cold. It's cold on your hands, the water is, the rainwater. Rebel, Stella. Warning, fire risk. I don't think so today. Right. I'll show you a bit later on. Having a breather. I don't want to get too hot. Because of this weather, you're all zipped up. Your jackets and all your waterproofs. It's so easy to start sweating. I must say, it looks beautiful though. So, so beautiful. And the rain's not too bad here, because we've got a bit of shelter from the trees as such. It's a cross between rain and mist. As you can see, it's wet enough. My camera's waterproof, so I don't care. That'll dry off. Just wipe it down. Sadly, I can't take no photos with it, because all the water get on the lens and just, you won't see anything. Plus I'm too lazy. They're looking good. As I said, no pack for Stella now. Don't care how she looks. Hey! Who's? See him go stiff then. I thought you saw something. I was driving, for people in the UK, and I've been up this way, driving on the A82, just approaching Glencoe, where the Three Sisters, is it? Name of the mountains? Anyway, it's about 5:30, and there's come around a bend. Luckily I was only doing 58 miles per hour, but loads of deer in the road. And it was light. It gets light about 5, so it was like this, overcast but light. So I slowed down because I was scared they were going to start running across the bonnet and everything. So they cleared off either side, So I thought to myself, right, I better be careful now if there's deer about here. Slow down a bit. Went a quarter mile and there was loads of goats in the road. No traffic to that last night. I drove all the way back from Glasgow to Fort William. Until I got to Fort William, I didn't see no cars, the odd lorry, and I mean the odd lorry. Hardly anyone about. Not many camper vans on the side of the roads either. Whoops. And just got to keep my eye, they don't bolt, especially Stella now, she's got no pack on. You too! Sorry, shouting again. But they know. Look at her, she's got a cheeky grin, she's looking happy. I've got a chamois in my pack. Oh, Bigfoot. Definite signs of Bigfoot there. Been watching too much Discovery Channel or whatever. Right, catch you a bit further on. Not bad views, even though there's a lot of cloud about. I love these mountains. Don't know why. Always my favourites. I'm right in the head, am I? Anyway, lo and behold, keeping them nice and close. And just after I put the phone away, a stag ran right out, about 30-40 feet in front of us. No, it's not as far as that bush along the path here. Dogs were brilliant. I expected them to kind of bolt for the stag. They didn't. Still raining. Still getting wet. I've got a chamois for the dogs. Rub them down with that. Takes all the water off. Gets rid of the loose hair as well. What do you reckon, Rebel? Nice. The Bothy as such is just round that corner. See that? See where the river goes? Above my sticks. Just round that corner. Hopefully no one in there, so we're not intruding. The Bothy, well, I don't know about the Bothy rules, but the COVID rules now are relaxed. You can have, oh, don't ask me, something like not more than 6 from 2 different families. So if there's me and someone else in there, that's okay. But if there's 3 of us, I think that's not okay. I don't know. 3 different families, I don't know. But anyway, and cafes, restaurants, cinemas, even football crowds are all back. So I don't think a Bothy's going to do any harm. I'm going to dry off, I know that. 52 pounds, don't feel bad in this pack. Quite impressed. It still hurts, not going to lie. But Stella, not too far. Right, put you away before my phone gets drowned. Last look. Snow on the tops there. Whew. 9 o'clock, well, 5 to 9. Lie down, Stella, Stella, on there. On there, not on the cold floor, lie down. I've dried them off. I might even get a fire going just to dry us off. We're absolutely drenched. Bothy's clean. Much better than I last saw. No signs of mice either. And candles, paper. Can't see no fire starters. I didn't bring anything for fire because I didn't expect to be having a fire. It's supposed to be all blown over by now. And it doesn't look like it's blown over. But I brought a backhoe just in case for emergencies. And it looks like we're going to need to get some heat in here just to dry us all off. There's bits and bobs of wood. And if it does dry up later, I can get some more wood. Might spend the day here. Spend the night here. Been looked after. I can't find an axe though. Got a hammer. There's got to be an axe somewhere. or part of an axe. So I can split some wood. I'll have a look upstairs in a minute. Yeah, looks not too bad. Well, I think it looks quite good. Some swept up, but they didn't. I mean, that make good dry kindling, wouldn't it? Right, let's see if we can find some fire starts in a minute. That would be perfect. Right, oh, is that a fire log? It is, I think. Wow. Yeah. Don't know what that is though, that insect. Looks like a wasp or something. But anyway, I'll deal with that in a minute. Right, I'm going to get a fire going, just to warm us up. Well, I got a fire going. Took some time. Thank God I brought my backhoe. Lie down, rebel. Lie down. I'm not talking to you. Lie down. Need to dry them off. You can see all the water that's come off. That old mat was already messy. So I'm letting them lie on it just to keep the cold off them, and then I'll try and get that dried. I don't want to use the sleeping bags or anything like that yet. The weather outside, I think it stopped raining, but it's miserable. No sunshine, and it's now 10:30. But I've got no axe and no knife or nothing like that to split this wood. So I'm gonna have to keep sawing little chunks off to keep the warmth. It's not cold out, it's just to dry the gear. We're absolutely saturated. And as I say, it's not very sunny out yet. I don't know what 13, 14 degrees has happened. They were promising beautiful sunshine. Might still happen in the afternoon. I just want to chill out of this room and dry the gear off and make sure they don't get cold. I'm okay, I'm drying off, mate. The trousers are about dried off. Just the gaiters are wet, but they're drying a bit. Look, chamois dries quick. So took all the water off them. I've got my rain cover there, thank God I brought that. So I've made a brew, have some lunch in a bit, early lunch, and feed the dogs and hope for the weather to improve. Let's see how it goes. I don't want to be soaked though again, not today. After it was 9.5. The drive was really good. Oh, tired though. That fire's going to send me to sleep, isn't it? Listen to it go. As I say, it won't be cold. I don't think even tonight. I think it's about 6 degrees, 7 degrees. So it's not bad. But whilst they're soaked, I don't want them getting the kind of chills. Especially Stella, it won't do her joints good. So, it's a good excuse for a fire anyway. Peter left some candles. It was left pretty clean, really nice. I left a couple of fire starters, thank God. But still, the wood was, even though it had been in here, it's still damp. So it took a while to catch. But there is an arc to it, and I'm getting there slowly. Sound a bit croaky. I think it's the cold weather. When I came round the corner from the plantation at the top there, and then we came round this corner, the wind was blowing at us. There was a sharp wind. So that dropped the temperatures right down. But coming across the swamp, if you've ever been up here, this is Glen Pean Bothy. If you've ever been across the last bit, it's swampy and logs all broken and very mossy. So you've got to be very careful of your footing, or you'll go over. But pack, which is drying off now, yeah, the pads, that's the problem with having thick pads, shoulder pads, they get ever so soaked, don't they? But The pack itself is waterproof, but I still used a rain cover, and thank God I did. And I've got dry bags in there with the kit, just to, well, my kit and theirs. As I say, majority of the extra weight, I think the pack would, you know, all in, carry the camera and batteries and all the electronics and all that, and even that orange juice I brought up. I think it'd be in the 30s, maybe mid 30s. But because I'm carrying dog food and jackets for the dogs tonight, then it's added them extra pounds. And the pack itself is about a £7 pack, 6.5, £7. The lid comes off, so you can leave the lid at home and just take the pack, and then I think it'll drop it down to about £4.5, £5, because the lid's got like a webbing belt, so you can use it as a day pack. So all that webbing weighs. And when it gets wet, of course, it's going to weigh a bit more. But it's comfortable. I see what they mean about some packs when you can carry heavy loads and you find it much easier. This was so much easier than... I had a Gregory Baltora 75, which I was trying out, and I didn't even bring it out on a hike. The centre of gravity, because it's got a screen mesh at the back for ventilation, it's arched, so the centre of gravity felt always as though you're being pulled backwards. And if you, as you know, on these moorlands and, you know, all the bogs and all that, you need your balance. And it also felt like it was top heavy. And I changed the way I packed it. I put the heavy stuff against my back, but you don't get it against your back because of that mesh. It's about 2 inches away from your back. So even though you're trying to bring the weight closer to your back and central for the centre of gravity, it's not working. So I tried different ways of packing the bag about 6 to 10 times. Wasn't happy, so I sold it. Didn't work for me, I'm sorry. Not in these kind of conditions. When you're out there and it's boggy and it's wet and it's mossy, you need a pack to be close to you so that you can, especially when you're carrying heavy weight, you know what I mean? It's all right if you're carrying a light day pack, you ain't got a problem. Look at these two clean each other. That was sprinkling. So yeah, so hence why I took time coming out. I could have come out a couple of weeks earlier, but about a month ago, 6 weeks, somewhere around there, I can't remember when it was, they released all the kind of restrictions, but you know, you still had to have social distance. And I thought, I'm not going to race off to Scotland because a lot of people are still touchy, and you know, everyone's on edge still because of the lockdowns and all the deaths and all that. So I thought, let's give it all time to calm down. And then people started coming out. There was a little warm spell, but I didn't have the right pack. And then Stella went lame. So I thought, right, get Stella sorted. So I gave her a week and a half to settle down, and it seemed to work. She's not great, but she's better. It's just age related. And then I was messing about with packs, so in the end I thought, well, I'll take a little longer and I'll get the pack that works, you know. And I had in my head what kind of packs I wanted, and this one came up for sale. It's brand new. I think if it's been used, it's probably been used once and then stored in a cupboard. As I say, it's Arc'teryx Bora 80, and they no longer make them, but it's rated as one of the best packs out at the time, and probably still cherished now by a lot of people. In its time, it was about a £300 pack. You know, that's cost. I paid nowhere near that, thank God. And it's worth every penny as far as I've got about 4 or 5 packs at home. But I've been trying to get the one that when I go on longer hikes, and because I'm carrying extra weight because of Stella now, I've got to find the right pack for me. Lie down, you two. Lie down. Like kids, lie down. I want this room to warm up, then dry off, the rain to stop, and then we can plan what we're going to do. I might, as I say, I'm tired. We've been wet. I might stay here tonight. If no one turns up, can't, you know, if someone turns up and they want to have a drink and all that, I'll let them have the bothy and we'll push on. But if no one turns up by about, I don't know, about 4 o'clock, somewhere around there, then we'll stay, because we're not bothering anyone. And as I say, the social distancing's all changed now. It's all relaxed a lot. I think the only thing, I mean, you can actually hug people now, you know, people in your family and all that. So I think the only thing I've seen that you can't do is dance at weddings and dance at concerts or something. I don't know why. Maybe because you're too close to loads of other people. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's singing. You breathe and you're thrown out, you know, your kind of droplets from your breath or something. I don't know. It's all complicated and all confusing. Lie down, you two. Lie down. Plats. That's wet, you see, and I don't want that being absorbed back into them. I'll dry that off in a bit. That's why I've got all this going. Look at that. Not a bad fire, is it? I'm getting there. See? So I'll bring that mat over now and try that. Right. I'll see you in a bit. Mountain mist there. Can't see the tops at all. That's where I wanted to push on, down there to a lock, and then down across the side of a gully like. I think the water's going to be high as well after all the rain we've had. I don't know, but I'm waiting for all the sunshine. There's a bright spell up there. It looks like it's brighter over there, but not here. The clouds coming towards us, so we're not quite getting the sunshine. Well, I'm trying to dry the camera out. It got soaked. It's Panasonic GH5. It's waterproof, and same with the lens. It's all waterproof and weatherproof. I still don't stop it getting soaked. So there's a bit of brightness coming in now, so I'm hoping it's going to dry out. My fire's died. Not doing too good. Trying everything to get it going again. Just to keep some warmth in here, so dry with the kit out. But not working. So, I'm going to have a look around outside, and then I'm going to have some lunch. How are you two? It's still damp, but not bad. I'm trying to keep my dogs dry, and they go in the cold water. I'm trying to see how deep the water is. I think there's some stepping stones there. If that's true, then the water's quite high, because normally you can see the stones going across. Look around here. Some blue sky somewhere up there. Yeah, there's some deep spots there. Stella, no! Out it! I don't want you getting soaked. Out! Just try and keep you dry. Rebel! Leave it. Don't know what he's got in his mouth. Oh, someone's had a campfire down here. A bit windy. Probably picking up the wind noise. It's supposed to be only... Stella, leave it. Got to have eyes in the back of my head. One of them's getting in the water, another one's eating, I don't know what, deer turds I think it is. Yeah, water must be high because I can't see no stepping stones there back there. You're looking into this water, you probably don't think it's deep, but trust me, it's deep. And it's flowing quite fast today. But they had a nice campfire down there. I pitched, oh God, I think it was over there somewhere last time in the summer. Somewhere over there. But it was much lower, this water was much lower. Rebel! I've got them always in the back of my head. Leave it! You do know what happened if I catch you doing something. You're a size 9 up somewhere. If you can see the old ruins over there. I love how you see the waterfalls coming down. When you go, if I go further along there tomorrow, probably now, because I'm getting cosy where we are. I do like this Bothy, I must admit. But as I was saying, yeah, when I go along there tomorrow, there's loads of waterfalls coming down the side of the mountain. Rebel, leave it. Yeah, that's where the stones are. And that's how I, Rebel, get out! You won't realise he'll jump in and it could be about 4 foot deep. You get it? Please. I don't want to get so points, keep it dry. But it's very remote when we go up there. Very, extremely. But it's so beautiful. I got so far last time and then time ran out, and it was, I think it was winter time when I was doing it. Good thing is today it's quite chilly. Yeah, it's quite chilly now. No sign of midges, which is, I mean, we're in the middle of May. Yeah, middle of May, isn't it? So you'd expect them. They'll be coming out now, but as I say, with these temperatures, I'm not too sure. If I could find an axe head, there was one here. It was just an axe head, and everyone, you use the hammer on the axe head to split the wood. It was brilliant. Someone's tossed it, I reckon. Can't see someone taking an axe head home. No pack. Yeah, it's quite chilly today at the moment. Temperatures haven't risen. Someone's left a fork in a candle, which means something. The sun's trying to come out there now. I hope it does. I mean, the forecast was bright, cloudless sunshine from about 1 o'clock. But it was supposed to have blown over by 9. No, it didn't do that. Look at these two. Here we go. Stella comes back limp. Or lame, I'll kill her. Sorry, I had you on zoomed, I think. What I like to say. She wouldn't do that in the round where we are. Look at him, his legs shaking. I just don't want her doing any injuries. Right, Stella, leave it. Looking for anything in there that you can eat, ain't you? Right, let's get out the wind. I'll go have some lunch. I'd love to take some photos with my camera, but that's all dripping at the minute, so hopefully it'll dry off in a bit. Right, lunchtime. Right, for lunch is Mountain House scrambled eggs with ham and red and green peppers pre-cooked. It's a breakfast. Serves one, so I'm having a late breakfast. Very hard to get these now, Mountain House meals in the UK. But I was lucky to come across a few. So I've got to wait 6 to 8 minutes for that. Meanwhile, my camera's drying off, so I might be able to take some photos. And the sun's coming out. But my fire's gone off. I run out of dry wood. Oh yeah. Monsters. They've been fed. They were fed about half an hour ago. Stella had supplements, plats. Every time I look at them, I talk plats. They just want to run around and jump in water. Plats. He's molting as well, which is making it even worse. Hair everywhere. There was hair all over my camera because like a fool, I used the chamois that I rubbed him down with to make all the water, surplus water off the camera. And of course it put all the hairs on the camera. Dear, oh dear. So, yeah, I'll let you know how breakfast went. It's, what time? 5 to 12. So, hey, the part of the weather forecast might be right. It might brighten up for one. I mean, it's getting there. But all that cloud's supposed to go. So we'll see. I'm happy anyway. No sign of soul. No one around. Oh, that's the point before I go. Today, apart from seeing deer and mountain goats, when I was driving from the back end of Fort William to Lochaber, you come round some little housing area, then you go through like what looks like a country park. And don't forget, this is 6 in the morning, it's raining, there's not a soul about. I ain't seen anyone on that road all the time. And there was this big bird of prey. Now, I'm talking big. So I'm not thinking it's an eagle or anything like that, but I'm telling you, this bird of prey was massive. All brown, no colour, just sitting on a branch. And as soon as I was driving up, it just flew, and you should have seen the wingspan. I'm not joking, the wingspan was massive. It was right, longer than that window. And it was a big, chunky bird. So God knows what it was. I don't know if they have peregrines. Peregrines? Is that what I call them? But anyway, beautiful to see. That's all I've seen. I've seen loads of deer. I've seen mountain goats, birds of prey now. It's been a wildlife one, this one has. And yet I've been here so many times. Normally all you see is deer. Bless her. She's cleaning him. Take turns. I believe that's a sign of affection when dogs do it to each other. It's nothing to do with mums being puppies, having puppies or anything. It's an acceptance of something. They do that. They keep looking out the window or looking when I'm outside looking at something, and I can't see anything. And it puts me on edge because I'm thinking, is someone coming? And I don't want anyone coming across the dogs because they get all protected when we're out in the wild. Right, enough yapping. Breakfast. It's really nice. It's like little balls, like marshmallow balls of egg. Then you've got the ham and the chopped up peppers. Really, really tasty. Impressed. See? Very nice and solid. There's a bit of juice. They say drain the juice off, but I'm going to drink it. I bet it's goodness in there. Right, I'm going to finish this. It's steaming. Still snow on that. The sun's coming out. It's 1:45. Quite windy though. Nowhere near 13, 14. So more like 10 or 11. The breeze probably about near 9. Been trying to drive the camera out. It's weather sealed, so it's the lens. But moisture's got in there. I think it's condensation more than anything. You know, like being out in the damp and all that, and then coming in somewhere dry. So I've got to let that dry out. I've been trying to take photos with it. It's working. The photos are not very good. You can see droplets or something. Not good. That's why I need to get a fire going later on. Dry all my gear out. Bring in the bits and dry them in the wind. So as I say, the breeze is quite strong. So things will dry up. These two are being stupid. They're beautiful, eh? Sun seems to be over there or down there, but not here. Stella, calm down. These two are being stupid. She's going to snap at him. Right, have a cup at her now. Quite cool out here, but so tranquil and so beautiful and peaceful, apart from these two. She'll snap at him. At last, sunshine. Well, we're all drying off. Better late than never, isn't it? 2:10. Lie down, you two. Since I start talking on camera. How beautiful now. If you remember, I've been here 2 or 3 times, put videos up. Been here in winter. Been here when it's been heat waves. Been here when it's been just before one storm and just after another one. Lie down, you two. And you'll get hurt. Rebel, leave her alone. Flats. She'll snap at him. Oh yeah, now that is nice. I'll get my camera out again in a bit. I've been trying it out, just condensation inside. There's a lesson learnt. It says it's weather sealed and the lens is weather sealed. Don't take it for granted. I've checked it. I've been cleaning the sensor, you know, the function clean sensor. Done that, took photos, working fine, back to normal. But my eyepiece that I look through, I can work off the LCD, rear LCD, but I like working off the eyepiece, you know, and that's fogged up. Typical, isn't it? But yeah, going back to what I was saying, I've been here many a time. Platts. It's one of my favourite bothies, this. So, I don't know if I was saying earlier, the plan was to stop here for lunch. The weather was going to be something like this. No rain. And push on to, there's another lock. It's Loch Saint something. I can't remember what it's called. And I was going to pitch there because there's a lovely green area there. Then get up in the morning and carry on towards Glen Pean Bothy. And there's a loch there. I can't remember what the loch is. Oh, my mind's gone, I'm tired. And spend the day there, either in the Bothy or outside, it didn't bother me. And then come back the same way. Stopping here for lunch on the second day, or third day, or whatever it was. Third. But the plans didn't work, look at that. This is the life, isn't it? Sitting in front. Oh, that view. Fussing your dog while the other one eats a stick. He's not right in the head, is he? Right. Gonna enjoy this sun, get the camera and dry that out. Ten to 4, it's getting warm. This country's weird. Gets to warm at 10 to 4. Shame. If it had been like this, like they predicted all day, it would have been beautiful. I'm not complaining now. I think they're tired. Stella's overexcited. I've only walked about 4 miles today. So there's no way she's overdone it. He carried a pack. I think the drive, you know, when they're in the back of the car. I think all the excitement tires them out. I'd say it's about 14. Maybe touching 15 when there's no breeze. Feels like it too, it's lovely. I've got all my gear out here now, drying. Because it's stupid to waste this beautiful sunshine now. Took some photos with the camera. Seems to be working okay. It's just the eyepiece fogged up. I have to unscrew a couple of screws when I get home and just give it some air. Hopefully it'll dry out by itself. But I'm not going to leave it in the rain again. So much for weatherproofing, eh? I've seen videos where they've got them hosed down and everything. Obviously mine ain't that one. She will not sell. She wants to go in, then she wants to come out, she wants to go in. She's just too excited. It just shows even an old dog can get like a baby. Look at him, he's tired himself out, he's sleeping. Beautiful. So, no one's turned up, so we're going to stay here tonight. I don't see why not. I chopped some wood up, some really good wood. I don't want a furnace or anything like that. I just want to have a fire for a few hours in the evening, take the edge off in the offing because it's stone, it'll be colder. Sorry, I'm tired. But I'm not going in when the weather's like this. So, yeah, we'll rest here tonight, and hopefully the weather prediction for tomorrow, when I looked at it first thing this morning and when I got here, just before I turned off from Fort William, I checked because I just had signal, and it's sunshine and showers, so it should be this kind of temperature with the odd shower coming over, and it'll be a hit and miss kind of thing, you know, small showers, nothing big and long. That's what they predict. So we'll be able to push in. I'll keep my camera in my pack, I think. But I'd like to get to Glen Pean Bothy and have a look at that and have a look at the lock and all that. So we'll push as far as we can, see how the weather goes. It's not from the lack of trying. We'll definitely go. But we've got a slope, something similar to that with a sheer drop. And there is a path, I've been told, round the lock when we get further up. But I've never seen it. So if it's too dodgy for the dogs, not me. I mean, if it was just me, I'd get across anything. But when you've got two dogs on a lead, when there's a ledge or something sloped like that, you got to be careful. Otherwise, it's like a 400-foot drop, I think, into the lock. No bumps, it's just straight in. So it wouldn't be fun. But I won't give up. I'll give it a great go. And there's some great filming to go down there. I've been down there, as I say, years ago. And it was beautiful. But everything was rushed because I didn't know how far it was. And I set off too late. Hopefully I'll get out in the morning. You know what it's like, you get this mountain aerial. And then travelling. Oh dear, excuse me. But yeah, this is one of my favourites. I keep coming back here, not just for this place, but I mean, this area, Lochaber, you can go in about 5 different directions. As you saw, I went Sowley's, Bothy and Loch Nevis last year, I think it was. You can go 5 different directions and you're just in wilderness whichever way you go, more or less. So that's why I like it, you know, there's not a one direction and then once you've done it, it's over. You two lie down, you're smothering me. Lie down. Plats. Stella's had treats. Plats. 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 Look at them. Plats. Stella. Pushing her up. She's getting bossy. Oh, before I go, you want to hear something about Plats? Before I lose my temper with Stella because she's getting on my nerves. Plats. There's love and love. She's just so excited. The night before I set off, the night I set off, about 9 o'clock in the evening, at past 8, 9 o'clock. Checked all my kit, made sure I got all my safety kit, you know, like personal locator beacon, first aid kit. I'm thinking, I don't want to have a fall, don't want to have this, you know. You can never predict, can you? So I got it all double checked and treble checked. And then I was coming down my stairs in my house. And Rebel had left one of these rubber balls, solid rubber balls on one of the steps. And of course, it was semi-light at that time. It wasn't quite dark, so I didn't have the light on. I tried on the ball and went, how can I say it? Went up in the air and landed on my back on the stairs. So I bumped off the stairs and twisted my knee, and I got more injuries in my own house walking down the stairs than hopefully I get on these kind of walks. So it just shows you can break your neck at home. Damn dogs. I don't give them tennis balls because they can chew them out and they can collapse and they can choke on them. And plus the tennis balls have got a glue in them that is corrosive on teeth. It erodes the enamel on the teeth when the dogs keep chewing on it. So I give them a solid ball that's too big to swallow and they will not choke on it. And they can gum it and chew it as much as they like because all they do is put dents in it. It's like a cricket ball basically, but just a bit softer. And they leave them lying all over the place. And I thought to myself, the night before I'm setting off, I'm going to end up breaking my neck. Didn't have land with a thud. Luckily, I didn't break anyway. That I know of. So, you can never be sure what can happen. Plats now. Plats. She just wants fussing and she's just overexcited. That's all it is. I've got to be firm in a minute. Just not nasty, just firm. Plats. So they know I'm boss. Plats now. They're like kids, you know, when you take kids out to a fun fair or a circus or whatever you take them to nowadays. They're like, after they're like hyped up and they just end up doing stupid things, you know, and you end up shouting at them or whatever. Because they plats. Because they will not listen. I know I'm rabbiting, but it's so nice out. Right, that's going to be us, I think, for tonight. Rest of the evening's going to be for us. Put our feet up, or my feet up. They might put theirs up. And have some dinner and just rest. I don't think we're going to get any visitors. A famous bird say. Right. I'll see you in the morning when I've decided what we're doing. Well, I know what we're doing, it's just dependent on weather. It's like this. I'll be racing down there. Because I love exploring. That's another reason why I'm stopping tonight before I do go. Because I eat food, they'll eat some of their food, it would be less for me to carry. So the pack will go from 52 or whatever it was down to about 45. I know that sounds drastic, but their food weighs quite a bit. And they'll have a lunch, an evening meal, and a breakfast. And that's 2 bags each, you know, sorry, 1 bag each. So that's 2 bags each time. So it all adds up. And then there's my food, of course. Which is only about 2 or 3 pounds at the most. You know, I have some cake, dehydrated meals, as you saw. Oh, and the orange pop will probably, the orange juice will probably go. So that's about 2 pounds. That is plats. Plats now. Plats. I'm gonna lose my temper now. I keep pushing. They've been fed. They've just had treats. I'm not going to run them down into the river and all that and get them wet and all that sort of fun of it. They can rest. Right. I'll see you in the morning, everyone. I hope I get a good 10 hours sleep. Bye for today. Right. Just gone 7:45. I know I said I wouldn't come back, but until tomorrow morning, but I thought I'd show you my new sleep setup as such. Now I use sleeping bags. This one's a Firmrest Parzak. It's good down to -6. Reason I'll choosing sleeping bags, I used to have quilts and I loved them. Had no problem with them. I've actually used them in this bothy in winter. But on the last one, I thought, on the last outing when I was in Bleaklow, I thought I'd try a sleeping bag for a change. And I got a Marmot phase 20 or 30, I can't remember. I think it was a phase 20, which was down to -6 or -9. But it was the same weight as the quilt, even though it was a sleeping bag. And things have changed. Years ago, the sleeping bags used to be so heavy and bulky. Everyone wanted quilts because they're lighter, easier to use, and so on. But now, sleeping bags are caught up. And the top brands like PhD, Marmot, I could think of loads, but my brain's gone blank. But you know what I mean? They're all doing them below £2. You know what I mean? Like 1.7, something like that, which is more or less the same weight as a quilt. And the good thing is now, sleeping bags open, some of them, like the Marmot ones I've got, open all the way down and round to the bottom. So what you can do is you can turn it upside down and use it as a quilt. So you've got the best of both worlds. I was noticing I was getting a better sleep with a sleeping bag because I wasn't worried about a draft. Trying to explain that. When I'm using the quilt, I've figured out how to use them and keep myself warm and all, because there is a technique so you don't get drafts and all that. But the problem is you keep waking up through the night to make sure you haven't got a draft. So in the end, you're disturbing your sleep by protecting yourself. Do you get what I mean? Whereas with a sleeping bag, like this one, is really clever. This one actually connects to the, I don't know if you can see it underneath. I'll try and show you, flip it over. Actually connects to the sleeping pad. So, you know, the problem most people have had in the past with sleeping bags is you turn over, your mattress flies off one way and your sleeping bag ends up over somewhere else, or you slide up and down. With this now, you can twist and turn in your sleeping bag and it will stay on your mattress, you know what I mean, your airbed. So at the end of the day, that's brilliant. So what I normally do when I'm out in the wilds or whatever, I have a sleeping bag now, as I say, either the Marmots or this one. This is like, I class this as a luxury. I think this is just over 2 point something, 2.1, something like that. I might be wrong. It might be less, I don't know. I've only had it probably a couple of months. And what I normally wear is base layers, like inside. If I was out in the field, I probably will wear them tonight because I'll be going out with the dogs to let them out and also feed them in the early hours, and I bet there'll be a bit of a chill in the air when I get up. Plus, I want to be snug. That will go off in a bit. As soon as that's all burnt, I'll tidy that up tomorrow. But as soon as all that's gone, I'm not having it on through the night or anything. It was just to dry some of the bits out, which more or less are gone. They're all done. Even the camera dried out. Brilliant. So I'm more or less back to normal. And it was just to chill out the room. So now the chill's out the room, gear's sorted. So I'm ready for tomorrow. And also thinking of Stella because of her age. So yeah, so I'm back on sleeping bags because they've turned out lighter. They're more versatile now. As I say, the zip goes full length and all the way round to the bottom. So in the end, you can flip the sleeping bag upside down, open it, unzip it, and use it as a quilt in the summer. And it weighs the same weight as a quilt. So if if you get stuck out when you're out on a wild camp and for some stupid reason the temperatures plummet when they were not supposed to, you're covered. You've got a sleeping bag. But if you go out and it's, you get a bit of freak weather, it's a bit too warm, you can unzip it all, use it as a quilt. Job done. So that's what I do. As I say, I wear base layers inside just in case I get called out in the middle of the night. Normally I'm up on the moors or up on a mountain somewhere. It's freezing. Even in summer it can be quite chilly at night. So I like to kind of be prepared. I can then stick a jacket on and I'm out, you know what I mean? That's about it. As I say, just coming up to 8, I'll probably be in bed. Once that little bit of wood's burnt, I'll be in bed for about 9, half 9 at the latest, as soon as it starts going dark. We've got some candles. The other room's tidy already, so I don't need to worry about it. It's just this little pile here I've got to tidy. That's about it. I've had my dinner. Dogs have been fed. Oh, I've got an extra quilt for the dogs. I'll chuck over Estella in the night so she doesn't get chilly, because it can drop, as I say. These are stone buildings and there's not much roof to them, you know what I mean? So they're going to lose heat. But it's going to be nothing like winter or anything like that. And they've only got the summer jackets on, so... I think Stella's absolutely worn out. Not from doing anything. I think excitement. I think she actually overtired herself through excitement. That's what I'm saying. If I left her at home, just talk rebel, she'd be stressed. Even if it was with a friend, she'd know where we're going. She'd be really unhappy. Plats. So that's why I don't, you know what I mean? That's why I still bring her and just take it steady. That's the whole plan tomorrow. Take it steady. Hopefully the weather ain't too bad. For the next couple of years, whilst Stella's reaching them final years, I don't like to talk about it, but I mean, we all have to face the fact. I'm taking it easy on her, you know what I mean? So it might mean me sometimes backing out or something, or changing mind, or, you know, just being lazier than I normally would do. Just for the last few years. And then hopefully I don't stiffen up too much and get too lazy in my ways. And then I'll get back to probably going high altitudes. I don't want to go really on the top summits or anything like that. But I'd like to get up on some higher levels and camp up on the flatter spots, so I get better views. But obviously I can't take Stella up them kind of heights. It'd be a stress to get up there now. So she's number 1. He's number 2, I'm number 3. So I don't mind. And tomorrow, as I say, see what the weather's like. I know what the plan is. It's a steady, I can't remember how many miles, something like 7, 8 miles. We do that every probably 2 or 3 days, you know, with Stella. Even now she can do that. And she's not carrying a pack. So and I'm carrying a heavy pack, so I won't be racing off. So everything should be good. Everything's dry. So that's it. But I thought I'd just show you, because I was a quilt person, loved quilts, and I can't, you know, I'm not going to argue, you know, and say sleeping bags are better or anything. I love quilts. But the thing is, even though you understand how to use a quilt, because there is a technique to using them and staying warm at night, especially when you're out in the field. But you keep waking up, like 2, 3, whatever. Make sure you're tucked in, make sure you're zipped up, and make sure nothing's kind of, otherwise you're going to get cold, very cold through the night. Whereas with a sleep bag, I can go to sleep tonight, wake up whenever tomorrow morning, and I'm not worried about, probably I'll be too warm if anything with the base layers on. So just thought I'd show you. Probably the wrong colour wood to get with dogs, isn't it? But that's the only colour they do. Right, I'll see you in the morning. It'll be getting dark soon. Good night, everyone. Say good night, dogs. Look, mercenaries, they've had the food, had some of my cake. Look, he's tired as well. They're both worn out, I tell you. Right, see you in the morning, everyone.